Hello, everybody. This is Cutie Roo SR bringing you some more Legally Cute. We have another wonderful episode of cute, adorable games being showcased throughout the night. We are going to be having our Theatrhythm final bar line featured by Abby's Quarter, and we will be starting off with that game first, but then afterwards we will have CTV Online coming back with more Tome, but I want to say Tuum, but I know it's not that. But yeah, in the meantime, though, we are definitely going to be kicking up the show. We do have just a few little announcements that I just want to remind everybody about. GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th through the 22nd. The event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage, and it will be streamed on our live channel right now, like now. So if you want to use our command GDQX in the Twitch chat to find out more info and check out the schedule. We'll definitely want to introduce our lovely runner, Abby's Corner, with our wonderful Theatrhythm final bar line, but we also have our commentary, Alice and Pippyinatophat. But Abby, if you would love to say hi first and get us going and let us know when you're ready for the countdown, and then we'll say hi to everyone else afterwards.
Hello, everyone. I'm back again. I was just here 3 hours ago. Oh, no. Yes, this is Theatrhythm. It's going to be a wild ride. I hope you're ready for a lot of laughter. Yeah, it's a rhythm game, all about Final Fantasy. So, hopefully, if I don't press this button, did it screw it up? Okay, good. So in 3, 2, 1, let us begin the run.
Woo!
We start on the title screen. It's really weird. And of course, I have Alice and Pippy with me. We are the barbershop tritet. And yeah, it's a thing. So we start with Final Fantasy II because it's the shortest. We're trying to get to the end of Theatrhythm as fast as possible. And of course, it gives me all these characters. We're going to exclude one because we need to for a future quest. We have extensive notes and itinerary for what we need to do in the run. So we're putting our party together as fast as I possibly can. And we need one more character, not you. There we go. And then we can go back. And then we're going to skip the tutorial. Again, it's a really weird speedrun because we start this far back instead of just getting past the tutorial, but
In the meantime.
And from what I understand... Oh,
I ahead. Just wanted to have Alice and Pippy say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Alice, would you like to say words first?
I have some words to say, and okay. Here are the words that I'm saying, and they are words, and they have been said. Now you can go ahead.
Whoa, those were a lot of words. I don't know if I know that many. Hi, I'm Pippy. I wear top hats. I don't speedrun this game, but it's very cute and funny, and I'm told that Alice is gonna teach me everything I need to know about Final Fantasy today. That's what I signed up for.
So I have never played a Final Fantasy game in my life, but also I am in charge of the lore today. So I hope y'all are excited for that.
Oh yes, like I said, we've prepared quite the show for you all.
Alice is in charge of the lore. I'm in charge of this long list of quest objectives that I have prepared ahead of time so that Abby doesn't do the wrong thing for the wrong quest. We need to know all important information, like when we are being mean girls and excluding certain characters from certain runs just because.
So yes, one of the things that we need to do is we need to fail quests. Sorry, Alice. And this one is actually the hardest one to fail because you have to do 60% more good. And obviously, good is the lowest we can go for passing a note. And obviously, the more we fail, the more damage we take. That's really, really bad.
I was just going to ask you what things you were going to be doing to speed up the run, so there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, we speed up this run by barely surviving every single fight, and also fights are music. Fights are music, This is the
Indeed.
first thing that I understand about Final Fantasy. I've also never played a Final Fantasy game, which is why Alice is in charge.
Right. Yeah, no, if Greece has taught me anything, it's that fights are music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that applied here. I've also never seen Grease, so that would explain that.
I haven't either, but, you know... Let's see how many things we can reference that we've never actually seen before.
Yes. So unfortunately, we passed that quest. Very bad. Also, we don't want to perfect chain a song, because if we perfect chain a song, we get rewarded for that, and that wastes time. See, that's the whole point of failing the quest, is that it adds time. And in a 2.5-hour run, it's like, can we not add time and have less time? I also forgot to change the speed of the song. So this is as slow. Well, no, this is not as slow as it go. It can go all the way down to 0.5. What am I talking about? But I usually play at 1.6, typically.
Got you. And does playing the song faster help you beat the speedrun faster?
No. It does not.
Okay, got it.
I'm assuming it just changes the pace at which the notes appear on stream and changes about the approximate reaction time that you're used to, not how long a song actually is. It would be really funny if it changed just the entire tempo.
That'd be so helpful, though. Just, like, speed it up to 2x, 3x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a way to amp up the difficulty.
Oh, trust me. Some players of this game go pretty crazy. The speedrun community is very small for it. It's like only like 5 people, I think. So now we're doing this one, and we need 40% lower health, or less than 40% HP, so we're gonna get hit a lot. There's a very specific order that we have to take, because obviously we want the shorter songs. And so that is also what the itinerary is for, is to also help remind me, if I need it, what song I'm supposed to do. So yeah, that is a thing. Of course, one other thing, because I was asked this a couple of weeks ago when practicing, was, is the song supposed to sound like this? Because, you know, Final Fantasy II is a game from like 1987. And yes, it is supposed to be the original hardware sounds, not like reorchestrated stuff. There is like reorchestrated stuff in here, but that's like in the Theatrhythm or in the Final Fantasy series kind of stuff, or in other titles, as we will see, because some of the other titles we'll be tackling are, for example, are like Record Keeper and the like.
So as we move forward through the run, we're also going to move forward through the actual real life progression of musical recording quality.
Correct.
That's the real plot right now.
But yes, in the beginning of the game, you have an option of doing Final Fantasy 15, 5, 7, 2, and 13, I think, are the 5
That's
options.
how I count too. That's the order that I put numbers in.
But we do 2 because it has the shortest set list out of those selections. And in order to unlock other series, we need keys. And here we're learning about field tracks. There are different tracks. There are battle tracks, which is what we've been going through so far. And now we have field tracks, which is them walking along the path. And we're going to see fancy notes that go really long, like this, and they wave and stuff. However, we still need to fail because we can't kill what Pippi titles Tantalus, but it is not Tantalus.
The notes just say, don't defeat Tantalus.
Yeah. Checking in on the lore here, this is when they're on their way to Mordor to throw the ring in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the Ring of Power, yeah?
Yeah, this is the Ring of Power.
Is that what the little circle is that you need to overlap the notes with to line up your timing? Is that
No,
just...
that's the little circle above the flying pig's head.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow!
Do you mean the Moogle?
What's a Moogle?
Yeah, that's clearly a flying pig.
All right.
I see, because sometimes now there's two little circles, so that clearly isn't the one ring.
Right.
But it is very
you can't
safekeeping.
call it the one ring if there's more than one of them. That doesn't make sense.
Well, since we're on about these fun little circles and the fact that there's sometimes one and sometimes two, Abby, you want to actually give commentary about how to press the buttons?
Okay. So, when it comes to buttons with arrows, you want to use the analog stick for that. And then when it comes to these, you use the analog stick to move up and down. Of course, this game is available on the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4. And then for every other button, such as the green and reds, you can press any button you want. It can be the shoulder buttons, the triangle, the square, etc. It can literally be anything
Can
you
it
want.
be the
I
pause
think even
button?
clicking the sticks. No!
The quickest way to end a song.
New speedrun tech found. Turning off the game.
Oh no. It's almost as bad as
So now that
the
we have-
speedrun tech for what was it? Where you microwave your game in order to make it force flip a switch?
Oh god, I'm just thinking of other runs where we shove stuff in the microwave. I've never heard of which one it was that you force flip a switch, but I have heard of using a microwave as a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to confirm that you cannot press L3 or R3 to hit the buttons. I just tried,
Ah.
and it was like, no. And I was like, oh. So, no, you cannot hit the start button. Can you hit the touch bar? No, you cannot use the touch bar, and you cannot use L3 or R3, which is clicking in the left and right analog sticks.
All I'm
For anybody who
saying,
didn't know,
chat,
that's what R3 and L3 is called.
how often do you get to see a runner test new tech live during a GDQ run?
Yeah. Like, there's so much time in this where the goal is to fail inputs at some point anyway, so we're gonna just do some live speedrun science to see if it fails the inputs. If it succeeds, we can just fail inputs later. That is the impressive thing about this run, though, is you spend so much time and energy failing that you're gonna get really used to seeing Abby's health blink red angrily.
I thought you were gonna say you get really used to failing.
Oh no! So a lot of the times when you are succeeding, it's real high stakes because how many times in practice were you one hit from death?
So many.
A lot.
It's true.
And a quick reminder that our job as commentators is not to inform you, but to make that task harder.
And now we play the shortest song in the game. This song is 40 seconds long because the original Chocobo theme is the same thing over and over again because he didn't make the second part yet. And also...
Are we on the quest that
go
we
ahead.
think I'm on? Or that I think we're on?
Yeah.
I can
Where we-
speak.
This is the one where the chicken
Where-
learns to wield a bow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't have 60% rainbow criticals, which is pretty easy, but actually harder than you think because it's so hard for me to time to not get a rainbow critical. So I'm just like, haha.
Yeah, everyone, when's the last time you played a rhythm game where you were trying to be offbeat? think
Actually
about
sounds painful.
think about how natural it is just to be on beat. Oh, look! Angry blinking.
Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
Now I know what you were talking about.
Also, a lovely update is that, yes, do not microwave your consoles. We are not condoning this. Microwaving your console will not make you better at rhythm games, to my knowledge.
Please don't test that.
Yes, please don't. And there's just some quests where we don't even have to worry because we won't even see what they want you to defeat, such as the green dragon here. But I'm still going to play terribly, so it's fine. Also, enemies deal double damage. Because again, the other thing too is if you play a song perfectly, it'll pop up, hey, you completely did this song correct. And it's like, yes, but that wastes time in the speed run. This is not good.
It was... Oh,
And
go for it, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, go.
Darn it! I was gonna say that just that this is a very high contrast from I have seen Abby play the game trying to get a good score. This is a very different experience.
Yes.
But what were you gonna say, Abby?
I was gonna say I think there's only like 4 songs left for Final Fantasy II, and then we move on to Final Fantasy X-2. Because the order we're going to tackle this in is Final Fantasy II, Final Fantasy X-2, Mystic Quest, Tactics, Record Keeper, Chocobo Dungeon, and then Mobius, then Record Keeper, then Chocobo Dungeon.
I didn't realize that.
And then Theatrhythm unlocks.
I didn't realize Morbius was a Final Fantasy. That's cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I also love it when I'm just trying to count on a number line and all of a sudden my options include Record Keeper. I don't know if that goes between 5 and 6 or 7 and 18. Like, where does that go?
Because with Final Fantasy VI, there's no, or not Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy X-2, there's only 6 songs. Mystic Quest only has 5. Mobius only has 5. Record Keeper has 8, but has a double pack, so I think that's 6 songs in total that we have to do for that. So we're just going for the ones with the lowest amount of songs to get to the end of Theatrhythm as fast as possible, because the game is considered complete once you have finished the final song in the Theatrhythm set.
So what makes the Theatrhythm set special and different? Also, my notes on this one say, we're all mean girls to Minwoo.
Yeah.
I love these notes that we have, the itinerary notes. They are so good.
I've never been told to be mean before, explicitly.
Uh-huh.
This is a new experience.
It's a whole new world.
Yes. And unfortunately, we won't be experiencing any of the songs with lyrics because those are in Final Fantasy 7 and 10. There is a song that unlocks after you finish 10-2, but that's outside of the quest mode. And also can apparently cause your VOD to get muted on Twitch.
No. Oh,
and
really?
Copyright strike on YouTube.
Oh.
Yes, they actually put something in the EULA for the game saying, please don't stream the following songs, despite the fact that we own all of these songs.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about that in the speedrun because we don't go anywhere near those songs.
Gotcha.
just
can
a
I
good
just-
public service announcement, though. Sorry,
Can I
Alice,
just throw
continue.
out there how adorable the characters are, though? And
Yes, we are
All of
unbelievably
them.
cute, and they are very cute. I love that
Yeah.
little floating pig.
Yeah, and like the little colon 3 faces.
Yeah,
And
they're
Yeah.
so they keep falling over.
Well, I think they might be falling over because Abby is tripping them.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if, like, walking was prescribed to you by a rhythm game player in the sky.
Oh no. Imagine if walking was prescribed to you by a Sims player in the sky.
Oh god. These are cuter than Sims,
I've
though.
never played The Sims.
Oh
I
yeah?
unfortunately have.
So
Yeah.
it actually has a remarkably similar plot to this.
Do tell.
Yeah, no.
Who?
They're I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy actually copied the plot from The Sims, right? So you see how like they're on their way to throw the ring into Mordor right now.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So after that, they go and they get a basic 1-floor, 1-story house, and then they just do menial jobs for like 15 years in order to try to like deck it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're during the time skip right now. Also, my notes for this song say, this is a casual playthrough.
For Quad 17.
I think that
Yeah.
I think that that means we're not speedrunning anymore. No more speedrunning.
Yeah, we're just
And it was-
casually.
To be fair, we have to defeat the Emperor in 30 seconds, and we won't even see him. So we're good.
Perfect. A great way to make sure that you are not speedrunning the boss is to just not play the boss.
Yeah. Make sure they're out on sick that day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's how most boss skips work. This is a
Yeah.
boss skip, not a quick kill. That's an important distinction.
Yeah.
But also, it's neither of those things because this is a casual playthrough and this is not a speedrun.
Right.
Correct, yes.
Now, can we talk about how cute that little, like, Minotaur thing is? He kind of is holding his arms out like he wants to give everyone a hug.
He is.
And I kind of want to give him a hug.
Aww.
He gives me T-Rex Raw XD vibes.
Oh!
Aww.
Can we stop punching him? Can we start hugs instead of
I
punches?
mean, we never started punching him.
Yeah.
Nobody's using their
No,
fists.
Oh.
They're using swords and
If you look,
bows
they're
and
actually
axes.
just wildly waving their weapons in the air in excitement. They're not actually hitting him at all.
Oh!
Yeah.
This is a very non-violent game. I'm told
Yeah.
that Final Fantasy involves 0 fighting. Is that accurate, Alice?
Yeah, no, that is totally accurate.
Okay, okay,
It's
perfect.
also like, you know Undertale? Yeah, they also stole
Yeah.
the entire plot of Final Fantasy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man.
Mhm.
There's a lot of thievery going on.
Oh yeah, no, everything if you really look into it, every plot from like the dawn of time, from like Gilgamesh all the way to Morbius, stole the plot of Final Fantasy.
I did
Okay.
not know that this game came out before Gilgamesh.
Yeah, it did. Why else do you think there's been so many iterations of it?
It had a long time to work with.
So for this song, in order to complete its quest, you would need to hit every note. That is what a perfect chain is. However, we're not going to do that.
You want to start us
Nope.
off by missing a single note?
Just one note.
Just one.
Just one, yeah. Boop.
Oh,
That note.
yep.
It's still so painful to see the really long ones missed.
There's actual tech behind that, right, Abby?
Yep.
There's real tech.
When you do that, you're failing multiple notes because we're going to be doing this in Final Fantasy X too. And it's going to allow us to fail 80% of the song, but not die because you need to clear it with 80%. But by doing that, it's like, haha.
So it's a failed note that doesn't injure you as much. Although you might still take emotional damage from, as Alice said, seeing that big, beautiful, long chain note, just go, no.
No, my emotional damage red bar is already blinking.
Listen, I think it was already angry shouting at me after we did the practice run where I wrote up all these notes. So, you know, I'm doing survival strats.
That makes sense. You wanted to be Minwoo's friend so bad.
I know! So mean!
And it just said no.
Okay, can I at least be Yuna's friend? Particularly Yuna, too?
No.
No, the game expressly
we also can't have
forbids
her
it.
in the party.
But what? But it's the second one. What? Can actually somebody tell me why there are two Yunas?
Because one is in Final Fantasy X, the other one's in Final Fantasy X-2, and I believe there's a 1,000-year time
I used the last
skip
one.
between the two or something like
How
that.
is she still alive?
I think.
Okay.
Okay, so you know Rick and Morty?
I'll do it
No.
But they stole the plot
on my
of
phone.
Final Fantasy.
Okay, we found other media that I have not seen.
Oh no, I'm fine then. No, I'm good.
No, I have a.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So have we moved on to our next game
Well, thank
now?
you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm using my hotspot right now too.
X-2. And in this quest, we have to not defeat 5 enemies, which is fairly
That should be
simple.
very easy considering that
As-
there's no violence in this game, so you can't kill anything. Right?
Right.
No comment. I can't comment. I don't
No,
want to
thank
ruin your
you.
dreams. I don't want to ruin your
My
hope.
little pacifistic
Yeah, my hotspot's
heart.
working, but I just want to make sure.
So if there's no
That's not
violence
good.
in this game,
You
why
ran
at the
this-
beginning of
we
each
used this for last-
Oh, did you?
song does it
Yeah,
say
'cause
the
then
word fight?
I don't want to ruin your pacifistic heart because my response would do that.
Oh.
It's because they're fighting legal battles to make sure that their friends are happy and healthy.
Oh, that's how
Yeah.
you know you have real friends.
Yeah.
I mean, they could also be fighting via dance-offs.
Oh, we're dancing. This
Yeah.
is some good dance music, by the way.
Wait, you can hear the music?
I mean, I'm listening in on the stream audio.
Oh, okay, got you.
I have a lot of sources of audio playing right now, but I can say that chat should be able to hear the
Wee
song
woo,
fine.
wee woo,
I trust
wee woo.
the tech geniuses that are making all this work, and that the song currently is real quality. Also, that I want to dance like those little snakies dance. They just kind of bob.
Yeah.
That's about all you can expect from me.
Sorry, I've gone into serious mode because I have
Wee
one
woo,
hit from dance. I was like, oh no, I'm about to die.
Let's hear it for Abby and not dying. Woo! Collapse. Very nice. Very nice. Next up, the note says that you should not be 85% good at the video game.
Okay.
Yes. So this is the one that I mentioned 2 songs back about using the advantages of destroying the long notes because it does count as multiple notes. Because again, missing 85% of the song is a lot of damage, but watch. You notice how very little health went off, and I probably failed like 5 or 6 notes there from that really long one. Because each of the tiny dots count as a note. Type of deal.
I haven't gotten over all of your characters tripping repeatedly. I'm sorry.
Remember, everyone, that failing at the rhythm part is what makes this fast. This is required. Required tech is tripping the adorable characters So they fall flat on their little faces.
It turns their :3 face into a 3: face.
I also just want to point out, I just watched one of your cute little characters go just completely flung out of the stratosphere.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
What a tragic life.
You know, there's all of these runs where you want the smallest party possible, so you it's not a Fire Emblem thing to let party members die. This is not even that violent of a run. That violence is too much. No, they just adorably kind of trip. And also, your health bar is very blinky right now. Is everything okay?
We're about maybe 2 hits from death, I think.
It just really admires the red ghost from Pac-Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I have played Pac-Man.
Okay. Yeah, that's another game that copied Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay. Okay, I played Pac-Man World 2 specifically, not the original.
Okay.
I mean, you say Final Fantasy came out before all these things, and for the most part, game-wise, you've been correct. However, Pac-Man was 6 years before Final Fantasy.
But what about Pac-Man World 2? That's the one where it's a 3D open world platform. It's not open world, overworld platformer. It's got like a hub world. That's what I mean. It's a 3D platformer. That's about all I remember about that game. You have a dog. Also, my notes on this one say, don't light the boss on fire.
Yeah, that's...
Yes, but we don't have any fire abilities, so we're good.
That's very important for the pacifist run. Please don't light the boss on fire.
Lighting people on fire is generally considered kind of rude. So.
We won't have to worry about doing status ailments or doing magic damage, such as fire and whatnot, because we won't be equipping any abilities. We also won't be seeing the boss because we're too low level to see the boss. So we're all good.
Oh, so this is a true RPG speedrun where we're under-leveled to face every combat that we're entering into, but somehow make it through all right.
Yeah.
Yes, because the HP and whatnot is not based, and the damage you do is not based off of, like, your health doesn't decrease because of these things. It decreases because you missed a note. You could be level 1 during the whole, well, actually, you can't be level 1 during the whole game, but stick with me here. You could be level 1 through the whole game, but if you perfect every song, you'll never lose HP unless they hit you with poison. Which will happen when we get to Theatrhythm, because one of the songs, we fight 3 Genovas in a row, and we get poisoned by each of them.
Oh. That's, poisoning someone is also considered pretty rude, honestly.
Yeah. I guess that's why the little friends on the other side of the screen are considered the enemies, because we're really polite here, and we do not light people on fire. Or bosses. I don't know what type of creature the boss actually is, considering that we never see what it looks like. But the enemies are kind of rude and sometimes poison us or turn us into tiny, adorable frogs.
Indeed.
Also, Abby, did you know you got an egg?
Yes, I did. 5 eggs.
Egg.
So now we need to have 60% HP, or less than 60% HP. So we need to get hit on purpose for that. Also, enemies do double damage. Not the double damage.
No, it's gonna help us get less than 60% HP faster.
Oh no.
Not achieving our goal.
And of course, Alice's favorite activity of falling.
Well, you know what I was just thinking? You know what I was just thinking about? Was, have y'all seen the adorable loading screens with the chocobos walking across? So extra fun fact, this is some real life lore for you. Did you know that the Beach Boys were a huge fan of Final Fantasy?
I did not.
Yeah.
No.
You know, they made that whole song about how does it go? I wanna take you down to Chocobo. We'll get there fast, then we'll take it slow. That one?
See, the funny thing is, we're breaking Abby over here, and we found more media that I have not personally partaken in. I don't know Beach Boys music, so I believe you. They have an entire song about chocobos. Also, today I learned
exactly.
that those birds are in fact chocobos. So far, I know that the creatures of Final Fantasy are chocobos, flying pigs, and cactus.
I'm so excited to get to the cactus.
I love cacti.
You just want to give it such a big hug.
I do. I do. I really want to give it a hug. But people keep telling me that's a bad idea to hug a cactus, and I think they might be right, but that doesn't affect the fact that I want to.
Well, think about it this way. There are few organisms that need hugs more than cacti, because nobody will hug them.
It's true.
You could be the one.
It's now time to be mean to Yuna, too.
Oh no, Yuna too was the character I cared about. I was invested in her plotline.
I'm sorry that we have to skip her plot line, but her plot line has been skipped.
Oh, all in the name of speedrunning. I'm glad that this isn't a casual playthrough anymore, otherwise I would feel way worse about skipping Yuna too.
I was gonna say, is there a reason there's no note coming? Because I was like, I could have sworn there was more than one note coming at this point. Because it was a good chunk of the song. I was watching the bar and everything, and I'm like, game, you okay? And then there it was.
If the note just never came, would that be a that's never happened before?
Yes. Oh, one thing I forgot. You know how some of the notes have a little rainbow thingy around them sometimes?
Yeah.
So that's a special attack if you can get a critical on it. So sometimes you may have seen a character super jump or something like that. That's the attack going off properly. And of course, when you see double arrows, that means you have to hit both sticks at the same time in a certain direction. However, fun fact, some notes you can just hit the double sticks in remotely the same way. Punchy actually has a very funny guide on that on his YouTube channel on how to hit the notes in Theatrhythm.
This is a good time to talk about if people decide that what they really want to do with their time is speedrun Theatrhythm. What do you recommend, Abby, as the person who actually knows how to speedrun this game and is not just making up stories about the lore? What do you recommend for new interested runners who would like to speedrun Theatrhythm?
I think you mean making up concise, accurate stories about the lore.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Abby, go ahead.
Okay, so if you're interested in doing Theatrhythm, number one, I would suggest if you want to do the Switch run, of course, get it digitally because on-cart is much slower than digital. Of course, the Switch version is going to be the slowest version because we can play this on PS5. Obviously, familiarize yourself with the game. And also, if you're not a fan of basic, there is an extreme category, expert category, ultimate category, and I think the highest difficulty has a category, though not every song has the highest category, and I don't quite understand how it goes. Obviously, follow this route, obviously, because this is the speed run route, song choice-wise, because, again, the goal of the speedrun is to get to the end of Theatrhythm, which is going to the very last song and hitting the credits. Yes, there are actual credits, which is how this is a speedrun kind of thing. And obviously, figuring out how to best fail the quests for you is also important, because again, that's the real challenge, is failing the quests, because you will sit there for a second every time, and whereas we go through 53 songs, it adds up over time, kind of thing. Obviously, there are some RNG quests and whatnot, and also remember to pay attention to your health bar, but also pay attention to your items, because you kind of don't want to use items, but maybe when you're starting out, you're kind of like, maybe it might be a good idea, but also you got to remember how much health you kind of need. Obviously, some songs you can play really, really well because it's just like, take a hit and you failed the quest and you're like, okay, kind of thing. Again, the hardest quest in the game for a while was the fail 85% or like 85% good. And it wasn't until I think actually 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago or something like that, where I figured out how to fail that, which is fail the really long notes because they don't take away as much HP kind of thing. So it's kind of like playing around with that. There's no like guide for the speed run because all of us, I think, are just like, hey, we're playing Theatrhythm, why not? You know? Is kind of how it worked. I don't know if there's like a Theatrhythm community, because literally I only know one other runner, and that's Punchy. Because like I said, there's maybe like 5 of us that speed run this one. So now we're running all the way to Rue's favorite game. It's time for Mystic Quest, where we get Benjamin.
Woo!
My notes currently, I believe, just say don't win. So we're not winning. Yeah, no, winning isn't happening.
Okay.
Yes, because we're not going to see the Bahamut.
Okay, perfect.
Or Bahamut. It's funny because in the earlier Final Fantasies, Bahamut's a dragon. And then in the later ones, he's the thing you've been seeing. So it's really weird.
So you're saying that Bahamut, pronunciation, is a Pokemon that evolved.
Sure, and kept its name though.
Well, yeah, if you nickname
Pokemon do that?
it keeps its name. I think I figured it out. I didn't even need Alice's help on this one. I figured out the lore.
I'm really proud of you. You actually nailed
Proud
it.
of
And
me
yeah,
too.
Pokemon actually also copied Final Fantasy.
Wow, I can't believe it.
It copied Final Fantasy.
I mean, one came out 10 years after the other, so that's a thing.
Well, so both are still coming out with new games, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
This is
So
true.
I think they kind of have a symbiotic relationship at this point, where like who can really say if Pokemon is copying Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy is copying Pokemon anymore. All we know is that you evolved from a dragon into a Minotaur, something like that.
Yeah.
Also, Abby, your health seems very upset. Are you okay?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We seem to have been eaten by a giant worm. Are you sure this game isn't violent?
That was unintentional.
The main characters just got all tuckered out and wanted to take a nap.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have a really long day. And, like, we've been talking about how much they trip in this game.
Yeah.
Tripping really just puts a damper on the day.
It really does.
It just really makes you go, okay, it's time to turn in early. Your little Animal Crossing friend walks over one too many pitfalls.
Speaking of Animal Crossing.
Did Animal Crossing also copy Final Fantasy?
It did. Mm-hmm. You see the flying pig? That was the first inspiration for Animal Crossing.
There are flying pigs in Animal Crossing? I need to go back to my Animal Crossing town.
You clearly do. They say that they have been neglected and there's weeds growing everywhere and they've all missed you and don't know where you've been.
I'm sorry, little Animal Crossing friends. I was speedrunning. I've been watching Theatrhythm. At least...
Uh-oh.
Oh, is everything all right again?
No, we're good.
Okay.
It's just like, do I have enough? Oh, right. It was. Oh no. We've made it to Bahamut. This is not good.
Okay, just don't win.
I'm sure he won't die.
Yeah, don't.
I can't control if he dies or not. That's completely RNG.
Okay.
Well, he has HP, but I don't know how much. And obviously, my HP is almost drained again. But the song is almost over, so I think we're okay.
You got this. Don't win.
I'd be shocked.
I believe in
Yay!
you.
He didn't die.
So, what determines how much damage your opponent takes? Considering that this is a non-violent game and we are not actually hurting them with weapons at all. We're just wiggling the weapons for dramatic effect.
I mean, each character is leveling up, right? And they have stats and everything. And you can get them to 999 stats, etc. And again, I'd have to go into the stat menu to see how much stats they have. But that would cost time.
Don't cost time to look at how underleveled your team is. My notes for this one just say casual playthrough in all caps.
Yeah.
Yes, because we have to defeat the boss, who we may or may not see. Because the Bahamut was a boss, and we saw him. And I was a little worried, but we didn't beat him, so that's good.
Nobody else was worried. We all know that you know exactly what's going on.
You know exactly how and when to fail tactically.
Yes. Tactical failure.
Except for that last song, but we're going to ignore that.
that was RNG manipulation.
Yeah.
For the
Yes.
treasure chests later. Treasure chests, right?
Yep.
Those aren't actually RNG because we just manipped them, and we will now receive no treasure at the times when we want to receive no treasure.
Fingers crossed. By the way, can I just say that Mystic Quest has bangers? Like, for real. Like, everyone makes fun of Mystic Quest all the time. But have you heard the soundtrack? It's just like, what even is this? It's so good.
Like, we can also just acknowledge the fact that, like, this is a game about Final Fantasy music, and it does have some good Final Fantasy music.
Yeah.
Like,
Indeed.
making a Final Fantasy rhythm game seems like just a good decision, since the music is long beloved.
Agree.
Although there is also DLC packs for other games such as Xenogears, which just came out. The World Ends With You. There was also Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default.
Bravely Default is one of my favorites.
Chrono Trigger. There was also Chrono Cross. Final Fantasy 16 is coming, although that's still Final Fantasy. So, but yeah, that's coming at some point. We didn't get the lime green shirt for the Moogle.
Aww.
Was the world that never ends was Square? I'm trying to remember all the Square.
Yeah, The World Ends With You
Ends with- yeah,
/
that's
Neo,
what it
the
was.
world. Often referred to as Twoey.
Chloe. This one says, don't deal 3,350 damage.
I think it will be good. I think I never even hit 2,000, even at like max level.
Perfect.
Trying to think what else. Oh, Nier music is in the game too.
Ooh, Nier. That's a good one.
I love Nier.
I went to a Nier Automata concert. It was amazing.
Oh yeah. I saw those were going around.
I'm not a concert person, but I feel like I could be sold on some video game music concert. There's just something lovely about, like, video game music puts me in a happy mood.
Yeah.
I don't think any Dragon Quest is coming, because apparently Dragon Quest has its own Theatrhythm in arcades right now or something. I think. I don't know. And I kind of wish that Nintendo jumped on the rhythm game bandwagon, because could you imagine Fire Emblem Theatrhythm or Theatrhythm Zelda or something?
Listen, all you had to say was Zelda.
All they did was like...
Well, we did get Cadence of Hyrule.
Oh, true.
But I have never played Cadence of Hyrule. I'm confessing to my crimes against Zelda that I never played it. I'm not very good at rhythm games. Abby didn't say that I had to be good at rhythm games to commentate for this showcase.
Right.
My realm of expertise is look at cute little faces. They go, aww.
Yeah.
These little blobs in that last level had little wiggly arms.
Yeah, you don't have to be good at rhythm games. You just have to be good at admiring little blobs with little wiggly arms.
You don't even have to be good at rhythm games to enjoy this game.
No.
Even casually.
So the quest here is 2 treasure chests. Treasure chests are RNG, but you get them from killing enemies. But if I never make it to an enemy because I keep tripping,
Okay.
which is impossible,
Okay.
we won't have to worry about
I
it.
see the strat here. It's all coming together.
Remember, everyone, tripping is not the most effective way to get to an endpoint destination. However,
And that's a
very
good thing.
Yes, it's very effective at making sure that you do not uncover random treasure chests. And random treasure chests are bad.
Wait. Okay,
Indeed.
now I kind of want to discover random treasure chests.
In real life?
Yeah.
So I think the goal then is to not trip.
I don't know if I can do that.
So every time I hear treasure, I think of booty, like the pirate term.
I thought you were gonna say like
Oh.
the pirate booty is like a brand of snack. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
something anybody else had growing up, but like that you're just walking down the road and you find like, you know, health food brand cheese puffs.
Please don't eat the health brand food cheese puffs you find on the side of the road.
Yeah, I'm
Go to
gonna
the
have to
health
side
food
with.
store and buy your cheese puffs.
Yes,
Do not eat the random bag.
yes.
Your health is quite blinky and angry. Is everything going all right in the treasure chest adventure?
Yes, because we didn't kill any enemies, so therefore we didn't get any chests.
See,
Yay,
RNG manip.
pacifism.
RNG manip. And now it says next you just need less than 80% HP.
Yes, and this is also the end of Mystic Quest. I'm sorry, everybody who enjoys Mystic Quest, but they only put in 5 songs.
Does that mean that there were
Sad
only
Panda.
5 songs on the set list for I've never played Mystic
From
Quest.
Mystic Quest. I know there's more than 5.
Because I would assume that there would be more. There's usually more than 5 songs on an entire soundtrack.
So, Lore Master here, what if I told you that there were in fact only 5, but it was the other songs in reverse and or slowed down and sped up?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Is this like when people, like music theory people, talk about how in Ocarina of Time they like achieve like the most amount of different like sound profiles possible with a limited amount of notes? That they very carefully chose songs that they could play backwards, and I have great
that's
respect
exactly it.
for this definitely true fact that I've just learned.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. And Ocarina was copying Final Fantasy. Ocarina was actually copying Final Fantasy Mystic Quest in particular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did Final Fantasy Mystic Quest come out again?
A long time ago.
95?
Let me look.
I want to say.
Okay. So that timeline does line up.
Yeah.
Because Ocarina came out in 98.
Okay.
So that does line up. All right.
I was actually really hoping that
was
Mystic Quest came out in the
actually-
2000s, so that would not line up, but you know.
Yeah, it is 1992. The
Oh,
release
that-
for
yeah.
Oh.
North America was 1992, Japan is 1993, and then Europe was 1993.
Oh.
Wait, it came out in America first.
Yep, yep. I thought that was
Interesting.
too.
Interesting. That's really interesting, honestly. It's very rare that the US gets a game first, because
It really is.
I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy. I don't know if you've noticed, but I was under the impression that these games were made in Japan.
Actually, I think this one specifically was an American developer, I think.
Oh.
Can confirm, Mystic Quest was developed in the US, and in Japan it was called Final Fantasy USA. Interesting.
Ah.
That was from
Okay.
chat. Thank you, chat.
Wow.
So now we move on to tactics.
It's just like SMB2
Also, we've been
all over
unlocking
again.
characters. Where Japan got Lost Levels as 2 and we got Doki Doki Panic as 2.
Yeah, and where when released in Japan,
Even though I'm
it's
Canadian.
SMB USA.
Is that a true fact?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all,
I'm
did you
getting
know
confused.
that? Did you know that SMB2 was actually a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy Mystic Quest?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like everything was, though. Except for the original Final Fantasy. The Mystic Quest was definitely copying Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Right?
Even Final Fantasy copies Final Fantasy, that's true.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, they had a really good idea. They just had to roll with it. My notes say that we should be not killing 6 things. Now, I do have a
Yes.
question about that. So the enemies appear in little waves. Does that mean 6 waves of things or 6 individual things within the waves?
6 individual things. So there's 2 things in here, and then there's going to be 2 after this and 2 after that. It's literally kill 6 enemies.
Okay, so that's scary. We can't get through 3 waves then instead of 6. Do you think we're gonna make it?
No,
Okay,
we're not
okay.
gonna see 6 of them.
Good. Your confidence is reassuring.
Yes.
This run is so funny to me.
So,
No, we're not
we
gonna
don't-
make it. Good.
Yeah, exactly.
There is also a Kingdom Hearts game like this as well. Only it's not cutesy. It's very different visually, but it's the same kind of premise.
Okay.
Was it made by like with similar development teams, or was it just like multiple companies had a good idea?
I think it was the same development team, I believe. I think it's Memory Melodies or something like that is the Kingdom Hearts one. I've never played it.
Completely unrelated, but can I say how much I love the little tiger leopard
They're
friends?
so cute.
The leopards, they're not tiger. Tigers have stripes, Peppy. I know what cats are. Leopards.
Hey, sometimes zebras can be born with spots, so it's entirely plausible that tigers could also be born
Yeah, but
with
zebras
spots
aren't
on a
cats.
very rare occasion.
But yeah, I was gonna say
I know
that.
what
Thank you.
cats are.
Yeah. Wait, so are there cats with spots and cats with stripes?
Yes.
So cheetahs and leopards and panthers. Well, panthers are they're beautiful. White tigers. I really want a white tiger, by the way.
Rue, I would suggest not getting a white tiger. That sounds like really, really dangerous.
Yes.
Are you sure? I kind of want a white tiger. I think they'll make great pets.
Well, you can at least experience, so you don't have to go out and get a very dangerous pet. You can experience definitely not tigers. Those aren't tigers. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think they were meant to be leopards, maybe. They've got really fun little dangly hairs, and I think they're cute.
Everything's adorable.
It is.
Everything. I'm just kidding.
Imagine living in this adorable little world.
I kind of like this one in Final Fantasy World because of the aesthetics. They're super, super adorable.
And now we're best to...
Yes, Worlds of Final Fantasy is also a chibi aesthetic. Different style of chibi, but has a chibi aesthetic as well.
I absolutely love the detail on when the little bat eyeball thing gets knocked backwards when he is like moving back forwards again. His little eyeball goes, whoa, okay, all right. That one was big doozy. Okay, we're good. He's so cute.
I like how happy he seems about it.
Yeah. Well, he knows that our quest is failure, so he knows that that this is a pacifist run. He's totally fine. He is also reassured by the fact that this run is based upon doing poorly at all of the rhythm gaming.
Right.
It's very important.
Yeah, we go.
Though I am quite amazed that he's not cold.
He's dead.
No.
Well, that too. But
Dead and cold?
He
Well,
got
is that
tired
how-
and went to take a nap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
is that how he's not cold?
Yes? Yes?
When you're taking a nap, you're not cold. Apparently, he's got a blanket.
Yeah, see, we could use the snow as a blanket. I like this.
Oh, I see.
I see.
I like the
Oh, it was a
icy.
pun. It
I
was a
see.
pun.
I see what you're. I seen.
That was unintentional.
I see.
This is, in fact, a very accessible speed game, considering that the only prerequisite is not doing well at a rhythm game.
Or it's doing extremely well because you have to make sure that you don't die while doing badly at the same time.
Yeah, there are a lot of interesting things to balance, and it is very interesting, like legitimately pretty cool in terms of routing. To try to route in obviously you're kind of locked into what has the least songs and the shortest songs, but also trying to figure out how best to not achieve the goal. My notes say we're supposed to be not picking up 4 treasure chests.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes.
this one is
Not-
RNG, but we set up the RNG manipulation earlier.
Yes. We did, in fact, set up the RNG manipulation earlier. And also, what are approximately, do you think, the odds are of picking up a treasure chest from any enemy kill?
A good question. There are things that can make you pick them up. There are certain summons which we haven't equipped it at all. Some of them give you better more XP. Some of them give you better chance of doing this or this or this, and it's oh, all right.
So important routing. Do not use the summon that gives you the ability to get more treasure chests.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't even use a summon at all
Perfect.
because that means we have to go back and do a menu and select one, and it's oh dear.
Yeah, we don't need menuing our speed run.
No. Plus, that might make you do more damage, and we can't have that either.
Oh, do summons
Indeed.
do damage? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
They do. They do damage. Some of them can heal you while doing damage. Yeah.
Well, healing you might be
The
good at times, considering that we do want to continue taking damage. So, making sure we can also heal that
fair.
damage back occasionally. You did tell us that we will be poisoned at some point, and we'll be probably using items at some point in the run. Yeah.
I appreciate that we have an evolved dragon and 2 zebras at the end fight here. It's like the culmination of everything we've worked for.
So how many treasure chests did we get from that?
I didn't pay attention, but it didn't say complete,
Perfect.
so we didn't get 4 of
So
them.
we didn't get 4. Okay, perfect.
Because the level will say complete if you completed the quest. It'll only say clear if you
Gotcha.
do the thing. And of course, we have no way of inflicting status ailments, so we don't have to do bad at this song, but obviously we needed to make sure that I don't get a perfect chain. Otherwise, it'll be like, you completed your first perfect chain, and the thing will pop up, and it'll be like, no.
I mean, I feel like if you want to really like pull out, I'm not suggesting that Abby do this, because I feel like that might be a little bit sketchy for a live run setting where we're showcasing this game so that you can all know the majesty that is Theatrhythm speedrunning. But I think it might be interesting if somebody wanted to do like a challenge run where you get every single note except the last one on things where you just don't need a perfect chain. Just poetic. Poetic.
I hate to tell you this, Pippy, but there are over 400 songs in this game.
That's so many.
Okay, that's a lot of
so
them.
many. Yeah.
Yes.
So it says my notes, we're only doing 53 of them.
Yeah, so out of 400.
Yes.
Yes. So just think, there's that much more.
I was going to say, whenever you're ready for a break, Abby, just let me know. And when the next song is good for you. And we will take a little short break.
Okally dokally.
I mean, we are approximately halfway through the set list. So this is, in fact, a very good time for our break, right?
Yes.
Potentially. There's the boss. It's a red eyeball monster guy and a yellow one.
I was going to ask, how do you know it's the boss? And then boss pops up on screen.
That was good. That was really
I don't
good.
know if anybody else plays Slay the Spire, but I saw those two pop up, and I believe, I believe the boss I'm thinking of is actually called Donu and Deka. That it's like that type of thing. It's just 2 shapes. But that's all I could think of. Was like, oh, we're playing Slay the Spire now. Very nice failure to use statuses.
Okay, yeah, we still got 2 songs left in Tactics. So, you want to do the break now? We can, or we can wait till after Tactics. It's up to
I
you.
think after Tactics is a good time to do a tactical break.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. So this one we have to do 5,400 damage. Yeah. We won't be doing 5,400 damage.
Yeah, that does seem like a lot of damage. Are we doing more than 2,000 now?
I don't think
What about
so.
9,000?
Well, if we're not doing 54,000, I don't think we're doing 9,000.
Right. We're not
Listen.
doing 9,000. We're doing over 9,000.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you
that's
do
right, okay.
actually have to spell this out for us. We've established that Final Fantasy makes counting very difficult.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't be doing over 9,000.
Speaking of over 9,000, do you know what else copied Final Fantasy?
Dragon
Naruto.
Ball.
Z?
Naruto.
Oh, Naruto.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Final Fantasy is Naruto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Move on.
You pulled a swerve because I was gonna say Dragon Ball existed since '83 and Dragon Ball Z existed since '86 and '89 respectively. And I don't think a thing that started in '86 could copy something else that started in '86. Fun fact, though, for people who don't know about Final Fantasy, did you know that the reason it's called Final Fantasy is because it was supposed to be Hironobu Sakaguchi's last game he ever made?
Was that the case?
No, it was
Oh.
not, because obviously 2,
I mean,
3,
His
4.
last game is still ongoing, so
That's kind of, you know,
It's-
how
it's all the
it's
same
kind
game.
of a metaphor for life. You know, you think you've really made it and made your magnum opus, but there's always another magnum opus to be found.
yeah.
The Final Fantasy just keeps on going.
yeah.
You can keep looking forward into the future. It's very meaningful.
You know how I knew that fun fact?
How'd you do that?
So I was actually watching a really fun speedrunner play Theatrhythm, and she was giving me some fun facts about Final Fantasy while I was watching her play Theatrhythm. Y'all should actually check her out. Her name is Abby from Abby's Corner.
She does have a corner. I've seen she does have a corner. I also happen to follow very cool speedrunner Abby's Corner. You should too. It's a really good time. You get to
Yeah?
see a
I think so,
corner.
too. I
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
And if anyone's interested, we have a wonderful shout out as well as it's pinned in the chat for Twitch. But I would definitely say Abby's Corner does a lot of cool speedruns too.
Yo, she does quite a variety of speedruns.
Legitimately, as like a person who kind of like finds a game and sits with it, I cannot fathom like how many different games that Abby manages to be very proficient in. It's a very impressive time. Speaking of proficiency, by the way, we are demonstrating no proficiency in this quest and not winning. Yeah?
Yeah.
No winning. No proficiency.
Because I don't think we're going to see Ultima, though I've been wrong before, because we saw the Bahamut a while ago. Fun fact, since Pippy is a big fan of the Game Grumps, I believe they made an animated joke about Bahamut or Bahamut. They just go like, I'm Bahamut, I'm the dragon.
Oh, so they don't know how to pronounce it either. Okay, good to
Yes.
know. It is very good though that you have such great proficiency at knowing when not to be proficient.
That is very important.
Oh no, we've been poisoned.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that's rude.
That is rude. That is very rude.
Can I give a shout out to the little guys at the bottom corner of the screen that seem to be all dressed up for Halloween? Because if that's not a jack-o'-lantern, I don't know what is.
Aw.
That is
Shout
a
out to
jack-o'-lantern
jack-o'-lantern.
It's actually,
and a jack-o'-lantern painted white.
If I don't see a picture
It's-
of a jack-o'-lantern that looks like this in one of my discords I follow now, I'm gonna be upset.
I can't wait to carve pumpkins this year.
okay, so I believe this is Theatrhythm complete. Hooray! The next title has been complete.
Ooh.
Woo!
Yay!
Clear.
And then yes, next would be Record Keeper. Then it would be Mobius, Chocobo Dungeon, and then Theatrhythm unlocks,
Ooh.
and then we do the things.
The things and the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well then, while we go into our next few blocks, I would love to see the Chocobo dungeon. In the meantime, we'll take a 5-minute break, just a short break, just to kind of stretch, get your water, get like a blanket, cozy up, because there is going to be some more Theatrhythm Final Bar line, the Final Fantasy that is Naruto, the Final Fantasy that is Pokemon. So stay tuned for more Legally Cute. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Legally Cute. We're going to be playing some more Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. It's going to be with Abby's Corner. Whenever you're ready, Abby, take it away and count us down.
All right, last time on Theatrhythm Final Bar Line, Goku was about to fight Frieza for the freedom of Namek. I'm kidding. But in 3, 2, 1, we begin the Record Keeper. So here we go. Record Keeper, from what I understand, is a mobile game of some sort. Same thing with Mobius. I've never played them. I don't know if they're going to continue to add songs because obviously Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out next year, and also Ever Crisis was a thing, among other things. So Mobius, or not Mobius, but Record Keeper is going to feature songs from other Final Fantasies, such as this one, which is from Final Fantasy 15, but it's like different remixes and things like that.
So I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
One, my notes for this song say that reminder to everyone, if you were not with us before the break, that we are trying to fail at everything. So my notes for the song say you're not supposed to hit any weak points. Is that actually possible for us to hit the weak points?
That is a good question.
No, it's not weak points. It's hit them with their weaknesses,
okay.
which we don't have.
Oh, okay. What's weaknesses mean?
Because so certain enemies can be weak to fire, certain enemies can be weak to lightning and whatnot, but because we don't have any spells and whatnot equipped, we can't do status effects, we can't do environmental damage like lightning damage, fire damage, etc., or hit weaknesses, because if they're weak to fire or what have you and we have no fire attacks, then we can't hit them with that weakness.
Okay, so I have learned that not only is lighting people on fire really rude, hitting them with lightning, also pretty rude. Now my second question was, if Goku is not fighting Frieza, what's he doing?
Ooh, I want to know that one.
Or is that a lore question?
Taking a nap.
Yeah, is that... I think there's a
Alice,
Frieza
do you
that's
know?
icy.
Maybe no, we don't have status effects.
Oh, okay.
It's really, really important to note that if he's not fighting Frieza, then he's trying to become the next Hokage.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And that is very...
I thought it would have been the Mizukage, but okay.
That's very relevant to Theatrhythm Final Bar Line.
Right. You see how the song actually, it's called Stand Your Ground, right?
Okay.
So this is actually about a bunch of people who are holed up in like this castle. The castle's name was like Troy or something, and they were like under siege, right? Protecting like Helen of Troy or whatever, you know, like that.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. There was a story that copied it.
The Trojan
the
War?
Iliad? The Iliad? Yeah. The Iliad copied.
The
Iliad copied this.
Odyssey.
The Iliad and the Odyssey
copied
copied Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
when they were building the Trojan horse, in the background Goku was trying to become the next Hokage. Got it.
Yeah. No, originally the Iliad actually took it super out of context because it was supposed to be the Trojan zebra.
Oh, because zebras aren't cats, they're horses.
Right. Yeah.
They're not quite. They're something akin to horses.
All right.
Abby, do you approve of our lore? Also, how's the video game going?
Well, right now I'm playing one of my favorite songs from Final Fantasy VII, though this is a remix of said song. Fun fact, there are more Final Fantasy VII songs than any other game featured in this game, because there is Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of Final Fantasy VII songs in here, and then I think it goes Final Fantasy 14 and then Final Fantasy 13 for songs.
Once again, that is how I count as well. 7, 7, 7, 7, 14, 13.
Yes, yeah. And somewhere in between there's Record Keeper? Or that might come after.
That would come after.
Okay. Right. Okay, I'm sorting out I might need an abacus for this.
Yeah, an abacus to sort out your 7, 7, 7, 14, 13 record keeper.
Yeah. It just makes counting easier. I believe your goal on this one is to be less than 60% rainbows. Is that happening? I'm assuming that's happening. I just assume Abby's being good at the video game.
Oh, always.
If a quest is complete, there would be a quest complete over in the right beside the end of the title.
Yeah. I personally can only count up to Morbius on my fingers.
You have a Morbius finger?
I can count up to Morbius on my fingers.
Okay.
Right? But past
apparently
that,
I can't. Yeah, I can't count that high.
Yeah, that's fair. I love on the main title screen when you select your game up in the top right, it just says quest completion 1%.
So is this technically a low percent run? If we're trying to fail everything?
I suppose? I don't quite understand low percents in speedruns, to be fair.
To my knowledge, in many cases, any percent is low percent unless it were the case that actively getting something that is not required is faster. So if it is fastest, as is in the case, to my knowledge, in Theatrhythm, final bar line, to fail all of the things and not do all the things and miss all the quests and not get anything as much as possible, then any percent should be low percent. However, if it were faster to, I don't know, pick up a single summon and have a cactus in your party, then it would be low percent if we didn't have a cactus.
We don't pick up a cactus,
So then this is probably low percent. I think only any percents grab cacti. Maybe.
But
that's just true no matter what game you're playing.
Yes, also, by the way, to anybody in chat, y'all can break out jam emotes anytime at all, because this is a rhythm game, therefore music.
That is true. Show us your best jam emotes. The jam emotes are so cute.
Yeah,
they're so underrated too.
I like to see wiggles and jams. You know?
Yeah.
You wiggle the jams. My puns don't make sense.
You might say that you are becoming the pun-isher.
Oh no.
I am.
Oh no. Oh no.
I am the Punisher. The Pun-nisher with Abby's Corner.
I didn't actually truly understand low percent until I picked up a rupee out of a chest and stared at it for multiple hours while facing backwards through a wall. But that really understood, everything clicked after that moment, you know?
Shoutouts to Twilight Princess low percent.
So this quest is going to be really hard to fail because I do need to have it's 90% good plus harsh judgments, meaning that judgments are harder, meaning that I can't really afford. Oh wait, no. Okay, wait. I need to pass 90% of the song. We learned this during the practice run where I got very confused.
I don't remember, so I trust you. My notes just say don't be 90% good, but I might not have updated them. I tried my hardest to keep meeting minutes, but it's hard, okay?
The meeting
sometimes,
minutes? Yeah. I call them questing minutes.
Yes. I do just kind of like the thought though that like the Final Fantasy, like your party in a Final Fantasy game is like going on a quest together, and somebody is just the secretary taking the meeting minutes on their like. All right, so we're going into the dungeon to kill the enemy, right? Okay, perfect. And you're writing all that down? Good.
It's
All
like
right.
one of those really big old school typewriters on one of those like wheelie desks.
Bring it to your like little campfire chat. I love it.
Wait, if you haven't oiled the wheels on the wheelie desk in long enough, and you just hear squeaking coming from behind your party the entire walk.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something that you have to worry about and monitor. It's like a stat in your RPG. Otherwise, you not only have to worry about your characters tripping, which we've seen a lot of in this run, but you also have to worry about your wheelie desk getting like caught on something or just kind of putting people in bad spirits, because you know what? A really squeaky desk will do that to you.
Yeah.
We did it.
Woo! Good job.
We do also have a question in
Yes.
chat for you, Abby, about the control scheme, which is how.
Good question.
What do you mean how?
But
I mean,
just do you want to talk about the
should I-
controls?
Should I ask the question?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's ask the question more correctly.
Okay. Pardon me, I'll just got here, but I can't just tell by looking at this game. How do you control it? This is a Switch game, I think. That is the question.
Yes, it is a Switch game and a PS4 game. Basically, the green and reds that you see there, you can press any shoulder button and or face button. And then when you see an arrow, that is an analog stick. So you would hold the note and then hit the arrow on the last possible moment. When you see arrows, that's the analog stick. When you see holds, that means hold it down. Kind of thing. And then, yeah.
And
And then, unfortunately, this song's not going to have the wave green lines. It's only going to have these straight ones. But when we get to a field song, I can explain that again. It's just we need to get to a field song because battle songs won't have those, unfortunately. And yeah, it's not like the DS where you needed, where it was touchscreen to do the squiggly lines. And hitting L3 and R3 do not work. Touchpad does not work. Pressing the start button does not work for hitting notes, and neither does the share button. Because that was something that was asked on commentary, and yes.
we can't take a screenshot to hit the note. Can you imagine if we could, though? We just have a very interesting animation that if you compiled all the screenshots together.
It's like claymation, but for Theatrhythm.
Yeah. But to confirm, we are playing this on the Switch port, while there are other ports of the game.
No, this is
the PS4 port.
Yes.
I was wrong. I can't believe it. This was the first time I've ever been wrong tonight.
It's okay. Pippy, you'll get through it.
It's okay.
Did you
So in
get
this
switched?
one, we have to kill the boss.
Did that get switched? I had to do it. I had to.
Yeah. So if I'm correct, our goal in this one is, are we on take damage or are we on be slow?
We are on, we need to defeat the boss in 25 seconds,
yes.
but we may not see the
Okay.
boss.
So we need to be slow if we see the boss.
Slow run.
Slow run. This is no longer low percent, this is slow percent. Very important. But once again, since we are very low leveled, I don't think it is possible for us to beat the boss that fast.
Indeed, we would need abilities on, because there are abilities that are specifically when a boss shows up, everybody does a super attack. But again, whereas we have no abilities equipped, no summons, etc., we don't have a chance.
Darn. Since you can beat the boss, does it just spawn more enemies afterwards? Because otherwise, I feel like if you could end the song early by winning the boss fight, this speedrun would be very different.
No, eventually the game will just reshuffle to the beginning enemies that you fight, depending how fast you can kill things. Like on my actual profile, my team is basically maximum level, maximum stats. And yeah, it'll just reshuffle everything.
Okay.
Eventually.
So being bad is faster.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
also the boss. You can tell because it said boss.
Oh, okay.
Indeed.
Wait, that's a boss?
Yeah.
Yes.
I missed the
Oh.
text because I was looking at the angry red blinking in the corner.
It's the type
cute.
of boss that walks into the room and goes, "I'm the boss," and that's how you know they're the boss.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
nice of them to announce it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, I never would have figured it out.
Yeah.
I do also would like to give a shout out once again to how adorable this game is, and that all the characters say a
know.
little like note when they're leaving combat. It's so cute. It's so cute. Speaking of which, my notes for this next one just say, "Don't kill the king."
Okay. No regicide.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
don't
we
know who the
wanna
king
kill the
is. Are they gonna walk in and announce, "I am the king"?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
We're about to find out.
Okay. Oh,
So we go into Mobius.
It's Morbin time.
I hear Alice can count that high.
Yeah. So that's actually the last finger.
Oh.
Yeah. So counting on my fingers goes
So
777, 1413, record keeper, Morbius, and then I run out of fingers.
Okay.
So
that's Morphin
the quest was to not kill the King Bahamut, so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to kill the King Bahamut.
Oh.
Hopefully we don't see it, but we have no guarantee because we don't know how much damage we're doing.
Okay. So we can see when we're a boss, but we don't know what the damage we're doing.
Yeah.
That is
This
interesting.
makes a lot of sense.
One would think you would want to know how much damage you're doing so that you could do as little as possible because this is a pacifist run. We're trying not to fight things
Yeah.
and not to be rude
That
to
makes
anybody
sense.
except
Yeah.
for Yuna 2 and Minwoo.
Oh yeah. Yuna, we have to be mean. Hold on. We're all mean girls to Yuna.
Yep. Yep, that's
Now,
in
are
the route
there-
instructions.
Which versions of Yuna are we allowed to be nice to?
Yuna 1.
Okay.
Do
We're
we
not to
have
be-
Yuna 1?
Okay.
Do we have
What?
Yuna 1? Who's in our party? That might be a good thing to know. Who's in our party and
Only
does it matter?
characters from Final Fantasy 2. And no, we don't have Yuna 1 because we didn't go to Final Fantasy 10.
Okay, so we can be nice.
We only went to
We
10
can be
too.
nice to Yuna 1 if we ever see her.
Indeed.
Very nice. But does it matter who's in our party? Oh, cool.
No.
As long as it's not Yuna 2 and Minwoo.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Correct.
So these are just
we
nice
go.
friends. I don't know their names. Alice, what's the lore behind them?
Okay. So the lore behind these characters is really important because it's the foundation for the very Final Fantasy series as a whole, right? So these characters are all asleep and they're living out their Final Fantasy. But then they wake up.
Oh.
But did they really wake up?
Ooh, okay. I like
Yeah,
where
and
we're
that's the
going with
plot of this game.
I do like this plot.
Yeah.
Are you turning this into an isekai?
Okay, well, the entire isekai genre was just copied off of Final Fantasy. So, like,
Okay.
who turned this into an isekai first?
I would
Okay,
like to know. I think that's a great question. Is Final Fantasy not isekai or isekai Final Fantasy? I don't know. I mean, Final Fantasy was Pokemon. Final Fantasy
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. Final Fantasy is Naruto.
Yeah,
The Final Fantasy is also both Gilgamesh and the Iliad, so
right.
Yes, yes.
And the Odyssey.
and the Odyssey. Also, all of
Yes,
our
exactly.
friends were surrounded in little puffs of cloud. What status effect is that? Is that the poison?
No, that's
Oh.
blind.
But we could still see the notes.
So they couldn't see.
They can't see, but we can.
Yes. Yes. Again, the status effects don't screw with the notes, it screws with
Right.
the party. So if they're blind and they can't see, it means it's harder for them to
Oh, but that's a good thing.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
actually that was actually very kind of the enemies to make sure that we don't accidentally deal damage to them.
And then that fog around their face is actually meant to be a metaphor on whether or not they're actually still asleep and living their Final Fantasy, or like if it's all a dream.
get. Actually, it's the bad breath from the enemy, so they're covered in stink.
That is substantially worse than might be asleep.
That is pretty bad though. Like in the actual game, like it's super, super bad. You get like so many status elements, and one of them is poison, and you're just crying on the inside. And one's darkness or something like that. Like it's where you can't like use physical attacks. I don't know. I remember in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy X that happened a lot, and I was like, in the Great Plains or the Calm Lands or something weird like that, where there's a lot of land and it was calm. And yeah, those creatures roamed and they were mean. A lot
I'm
of
just
bad deaths.
sad that we didn't get to spend more time with that what appeared to be a roller skating turtle.
Right? Fun fact. You know how the Beach Boys were really big fans of Final Fantasy?
Yes.
Yeah, so was Queen.
Really? Okay, so now that is a musical group that I actually am familiar with the music of. So
No, they were huge fans of Final Fantasy. They wrote, like, probably their biggest song ever was actually a ballad to Final Fantasy.
Really?
Uh-huh.
And which one was that?
Wait,
Is this the real life? Is this Final Fantasy?
They weren't really sure if they had started playing the video game or not.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
exactly,
true.
exactly. Just like the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy characters aren't sure if they're actually playing or if it's a dream.
Oh.
Exactly. Yes,
Right.
And they're all asleep, but not waking up. But they're still in the stream.
No, Final Fantasy was really ahead of its time.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, I love
It
the series though.
spawned, it spawned every known game, every story, everything. It, yeah.
It's really impactful. It really is. When did it come out again? It was sometime in the 80s.
86.
Yes. I mean, so that means potentially the first Zelda was also inspired by Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it was.
I don't
it
know
was.
when in the year Zelda came out, so I'm just gonna assume it was
86.
so I don't know when it was in the year it was though. So it might have been. I'm gonna assume it was December, so that it had the maximum amount of time to be influenced by Final Fantasy.
That's adorable. Can you keep your party as frogs for the entire time?
Yes, please.
No.
No. I don't say no. I'm the host. I say yes.
It's a status effect. I can't guarantee these things.
But it was so cute, and they wiggle and they don't do any damage, and that's really good for our pacifist run. I love
Right?
watching frogs wiggle.
Yeah. So those 4 frogs, you know the winds from Wind Waker?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
like the cyclone frogs.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, now we're
this was the
talking
first
about
game they
Zelda.
appeared in.
This is a language I understand.
Right. And you see the flying pig that's carrying the one ring on their way to Mordor?
Yes, we're still on our way to Mordor, aren't we?
Right, yeah, no, you're still on your way to Mordor.
Long walk.
So, this may surprise you, right?
Okay.
You know what that pig's name actually is?
Is that Navi?
No, that's not
Oh,
Navi.
no, that's not Navi.
No, this
okay.
this pig has a massive glow up from this game to the game that copies this one, Zelda.
Okay.
That pig's name,
Are you saying that it's canon?
maybe.
So the one ring of power corrupts whoever carries it and turned that little flying pig into Ganon?
Yep.
Okay. Yes. I was
makes
thinking Charlotte's Web, but hey, we could go with Ganon. I think Charlotte is.
That's
Charlotte's the spider.
is-
Wait, what's a big name in that?
Oh, Wilbur. I think he's Wilbur.
yeah.
It's Wilbur the pig.
Yeah. This is Ganon's first appearance.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ganon. Oh,
Isn't
okay.
it wild?
So cute.
I can believe it.
Yeah, Wilbur from Charlotte's Web is actually the copy of Final Fantasy that happens right before he snaps and becomes Ganon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was the loss. It was the loss of Charlotte
Yeah,
as
exactly.
a positive force in his life that really made him go, well, I'm gonna take over Hyrule. He thought it could spill could fill the spider-shaped void in his heart.
Are we spilling spiders now?
Please don't. That sounds terrifying. I'm not very afraid of spiders, but also like I prefer to deal with spiders one at a time
That's
with
fair.
a very nice little cup and a piece of paper and moving them slowly outside of my space.
Very,
If
very
I
fair.
was covered in spilled spiders, I would not be a very happy.
Okay.
I would not be very happy.
What if they were spilled spiders, but they wove dresses for you like you were Snow White?
Does that happen in Snow
It does
White?
now.
I'm still gonna say I think I would rather not be covered.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, yeah, the magical spiders. My notes for this this song, by the way, a reminder that we are playing a rhythm game and the music is very good. And Abby's doing a fantastic job continuing to play the rhythm game while we are doing whatever we're doing. My notes say don't earn a stupid amount of points. I
Yes.
don't know how much points.
900,000.
900,000? That's a lot of points. Don't earn that much.
Indeed.
Don't do that.
Can we get 9,000?
We're already past 9,000.
But I just only want
We're
9,000.
We're way
We
past
hit
9,000.
over
Where's the
9,000.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow.
That's how it ties back into the whole Goku thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm following along. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, no, you're really getting the lore of this game down.
Yeah. This is going to help when I then don't play a Final Fantasy game again.
This lore doesn't quite. I feel like this lore is a tactical way to mystify the quest of what we are achieving with the Final Fantasy universe.
Well, so I guess there's a lot of lore that's not explained within the games.
Yeah.
You really have to play like the side content, like Final Fantasy Theatrhythm Final Bar Line, to really get the full deep lore experience.
Right. You also have to make sure to play Final Fantasy Skyward Sword to like really get the
Oh, is that a Final Fantasy game?
yeah.
That's news to me.
Who knew?
So I guess I do play Final Fantasy.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw you speedrunning some Final Fantasy the other day.
Yeah. I do like that we get to see some little dragons now. I like dragons. I'm so glad we
Indeed.
don't fight them since this is a pacifist
Right.
game.
I like that you just chill with them for a while and then they leave and you get excited.
Yeah, it is kind of cute.
And that was...
Oh, no, continue, sorry.
I was going to say that is it for Mobius. We now move on to Chocobo Dungeon.
Yay,
Those are the
Dungeons! I love the birds. The birds is the word.
We're going way down to Chocobo.
Chocobo Dungeon?
Yes.
The little bird is so cute. Can I hug the
Bermuda,
chocobo?
Bahamut, come.
Come on. Thank you.
Okay, so we can't get 60% rainbow
That
criticals.
is what my notes say. No 60% rainbows. But that is also a big, pretty bird.
That bird is so pretty.
Yes. It is the Phoenix.
Also, I'm really here for this music. I've been here for a lot of the songs, but like this just has some fun jam energy. I'm gonna need to go find more jam emotes.
Fair.
Every time I think of jam, I just think of literally jam. Like,
Oh.
I really want to go get jam and like.
I enjoy both about equal amounts, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite jam?
Ooh, I know I'm a weird one. I like marmalade or apricot. I like any of like the
Oh,
not the
apricot's
strawberry
really
grape.
good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, strawberry and grape get old, I think.
That's fair.
I'm not a
True.
huge like grape thing fan. I like just like plain grapes, but stuff made out of grapes are not super for me usually. I like citrus.
Fair.
Here for like an orange.
I will say though, it's not a jam. But you know what I'm really craving is apple butter. Apple butter is so good.
But what about apple jam?
Apple jam. Apple jam a thing?
I think it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. What if we
Okay.
put all of the jam together and made a jam that is just less than 60% rainbow?
Oh, that's a really good point. I suppose you could make a jam out of anything, right? Because if you could just a small container and a thing that is slightly too big for the container, you jam it in and it
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Oh, we have a good question from chat. Is that Ho-Oh the legendary Pokemon?
No. That is the summon known as Phoenix.
Yeah.
So Ho-Oh was inspired by the summon known as Phoenix, is what
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
getting. That
Yeah.
that's how the lore works?
Because Final Fantasy is Pokemon, right?
Yeah, I think.
This is less inspired by and more Ho-Oh is actually the Final Fantasy summon Phoenix's twin. So, you know, like they're often confused. I see how you
Oh,
would
okay.
yeah.
Okay. But it's not identical, it's fraternal, right?
Right, yeah, fraternal twin. But they
Okay,
are
okay, cool.
frequently confused.
Okay. So is Ho-Oh a phoenix?
Maybe.
I wish I knew. Legit, I don't.
Ho-Oh
My
is whatever it
Pokemon.
wants to be.
That's true. Pokemon, as much as I do care for Pokemon, I don't. I'm not super educated on it. I did have more of a basis going into this on Pokemon than I did on Final Fantasy. But you know, now I know a lot about Final Fantasy. I might need to go get educated on more Pokemon facts after this.
Right.
So if anybody has any fun Pokemon facts, I could really use to like brush up a little bit.
No, that's super fair.
Did you know that Piplup is a water Pokemon starter for Gen 4?
I mean, I knew most of those things, except if you asked me 20 seconds ago what gen is Piplup from, I think I would have said 3 and I would have been wrong. But thank you for educating.
Yeah.
No, Mudkip is the Gen 3 water starter.
That does
It,
make sense.
It actually makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't know Pokemon super well, considering Link's lifelong feud with Mux.
Muck the Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, whenever he sees them, he just gets so mad. He can't even say the name Muck. He just ends up calling them like you know,
No, okay.
Yeah.
Like Muck Muck, or like Muck Muck, the
yeah.
Oh,
Like-
we have cacti!
Like
we
that?
have cacti! I'm sorry, I need to acknowledge the cacti. I love the cacti.
Okay.
Cacti!
Yeah, dancing cacti is adorable. I agree.
Somebody on Twitch must have it.
They're called cactars.
Oh, cactars, I'm sorry. They are cactars.
Somebody on Twitch has got to have a jam emote of dancing cactars.
Oh, please, 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 please. I would be so happy. Do you know who else I like is Tomberry? The little Tomberries. They're super cute.
We've seen quite a few. We've seen quite a few Tomberries, including a king
Which ones
Tomberry.
are
Yeah.
tomberries?
Tomberry's the giant bipedal turtle with a lantern and a knife, though it looks like a spade in this.
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about.
I'll point him out when he comes back on
Okay,
screen.
good. I will say that the little slime friends kind of look unhappy. Maybe it's because they like take offense to us talking about negatively about Muck, the
Maybe.
Pokemon.
Perhaps.
Or
'cause-
maybe they're about to reenact the scene from High School Musical 2, I Can't Dance, even though everyone else is dancing.
I can't say I know what that movie is because I don't know what that movie is. That was after my time.
I have heard of this movie. I have not seen it. But I will say, in defense of the slimes that I just called not cute, when they get hit and their mouth opens real wide, that is pretty cute.
Yeah.
They just go, ah! They seem so surprised. It's so cute.
Boss.
Oh, I saw it that time.
Yes. It's the Leviathan. We can't kill it because if we do, that means we've passed the
Yes,
quest.
it does say don't.
It's also a summon.
So if you could make summons, but we don't because this is a speed run, we are going fast. Reminder that this is all in the name of going fast. Would you just get like an enemy, but on our side, so it's non-enemy, so it's like it's a friend? Or do the summons look different from the actual enemies?
No, they look like how they would, like Leviathan looks exactly like how it is over there, and Ifrit will look like Ifrit. It's just that they're very specific enemies, and they're all boss types. There's no non-boss summon that we would fight, and Chocobo Dungeon is where we would fight them all. Also, I'm sorry to the person who asked, like, playing the game, and I mentioned a note. We haven't done a walking song, so I haven't been able to show that up. So I apologize.
Oh, good you didn't kill Leviathan. I'm really happy about that.
Yay.
Yes.
My notes say that next we are going back to our casual playthrough, and we are not speedrunning.
Wait, so
Okay.
We're going
slow
very
run?
slow.
Yes, because
Slow run.
This is
Slow
Or
run.
slowest run. Slowest
The
run is what
slowest
the
run.
notes
Yes.
actually say.
Uh-huh.
Is slowest run.
Slowest. Okay. I really don't understand these notes. I get them, but I don't understand them. We have a little cheat sheet in front of us, and the only thing that makes sense to me is slow, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Some of them, I think I did my best to make them very legible so that we remember the very important things in the run that make sure that we don't lose time. Others of them, Abby's got this. That was all I had to say.
And then fail it. There we go. We're starting to take damage. Though again, we have to defeat Ifrit in like 30 seconds, which isn't happening. We might not even see Ifrit. That is for sure. it's completely random how much damage I'm doing. Obviously, the more I complete a note, the more likely it is that we hit somebody. Although even if I miss the note, they're probably still getting hit, but we would also get hit as we see going rolling there.
He just rolled away.
Yep.
Reminder that this is legally cute, and they are very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
So Pippy and
Yeah.
Alice, when are you picking up this game and we can race the speedrun?
Oh, I would love to see that.
Here's the problem: is that the second that I pick it up, my lore becomes less accurate for it.
Is that how lore works?
Yeah,
Oh.
Are you sure about
I
that?
am. I am 100% sure. The lore book told me so.
Oh.
I
See,
see.
I was just gonna
Oh.
say, I can't pick up running this game because I'm not very good at rhythm games, and I would probably end up failing a lot. But in the terms of the speedrun, that's not actually a good reason to not speedrun this game. That
Right.
might be a good reason not to get too upset with yourself if you're not doing well casually. But as we know, this is a speedrun, and speedruns, we go fast, and we go
Yeah.
fast by not hitting the notes.
Yeah. But
So,
then, yeah. And we're not causing damage either.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Makes total sense. And Ho-Oh might be a phoenix, I think.
Yes.
Oh, might
Okay.
be a phoenix, but you have to ask
Uh-oh.
it yourself.
Okay.
So you have to go find the legendary bird and ask it a question.
Yeah.
Interesting. That might be a little bit hard. I don't know how that's gonna fit into my personal schedule.
Listen, if Ash threw a rat at a legendary bird and it lived to tell the tale, you can ask it if it identifies as a phoenix.
It's true, he did.
Is this the turtle? This isn't a bipedal turtle. This is a four-legged turtle. But this is I know it's not wearing roller skates, but every time it moves, it kind of looks like it's wearing roller skates. Like the way that it animates, I kind of like picturing it wearing roller skates. So,
Also,
yes.
Pippy, you mentioned something before we started, and somebody wanted a song played. This is the song. It's a variation of said song, but this is the song they were
Oh, this is
referring
the
to.
bridge song.
We've been on a
Yes.
bridge so many times not playing the bridge song. I'm just excited that we finally got to hear the bridge song.
Have we been on a lot of bridges?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we traveled a long way in all those walking
Yeah.
segments where we were tripping. So,
There's like a ton of bridges on the way to Mordor.
okay, yeah, because there's got to be a lot of rivers.
Yeah.
Also, this is a very nice bridge song. This is about what I had hoped for in terms of a song about a bridge. However, you are blinking quite red. Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking in.
I'm not panicking yet.
Okay.
I'm blind by bad breath
Oh
again.
no.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, well that's good. That means you can hit all of the notes. You just need to have less than 80% HP, and like there's not numbers on the screen. Everything okay?
Oops.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no.
is
Yeah.
everything all right?
Oh no.
We get to hear the bridge song again.
That was intentional. This one's for you, Pumpkin.
Well, to be fair, you did achieve the goal as set out by the notes, which was have less than 80% HP. And now I get to see a roller skating turtle again, and I really like a roller skating turtle.
But it doesn't have roller
It
skates.
moves like it does. Look at him. Look at him. He kind of like picks up his feet, like he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
It,
Who put
he
the roller
doesn't have
skates
roller
on me?
skates. He doesn't have roller skates yet.
yeah. Oh, like he looks a little bit like somebody like gave him a light tap, and he was very unsure about how this
Oh,
roller
no.
skating thing was gonna work. And like, especially like when he's moving back to center, he just kind of like shuffles along. I love him. He's great.
Yeah.
He's great. I love him. I love the cacti.
Okay, which one? If you had to save one. Turtle on roller skates or cacti?
Oh, put it.
Oh, you're right, you can save them both. You managed to get them both.
Yay!
Yay!
Don't make me choose! Because I'd have to choose the cactus, because the cactus is my best friend, and it's really rude to not save your best friend.
That is fair, yeah.
But wait, I thought Piplup was your best friend.
Piplup's up there, but I'm best friends with the cactus.
Yeah. Has anyone seen Centaur World?
I have not.
Okay, well, literally everything in Centaur World is a version of a centaur, and to indicate that, everything just has tar at the end of it. So whenever I hear cactar, I'm just like, a cactus from Centaur World?
It's half horse, half cactus?
Yeah, that's how it works. That being said, I highly recommend Centaur World. It's fantastic, but the world building even goes so far as they look at the grass too close and realize that it's also like part centaur.
That sounds like a terrifying world to live in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna smile and nod. Yay, we did it.
Huzzah! We beat the bridge! Also, that was the all-important quest number 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Do we feel enlightened by the bridge?
I do, actually, yeah.
I've learned a lot today, and I think the bridge has been a good teacher.
All right. Now we move on to Theatrhythm itself because we have completed 7 titles. And it's going to warp us directly there.
Oh, that's helpful. Thank you, game.
So it's like,
Go directly to Theatrhythm. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 chocobos. Do collect 200 chocobos. They're adorable.
That'd be a lot of chocobos.
yeah, that's a lot of chocobos.
Well, maybe that's why you don't...
Oh, hey, it's that song again.
Maybe that's why you don't collect 200. Maybe that's why they're just telling you to temper it, okay? Collect like 3. You can make do with 3 birds. 200's a lot.
Indeed.
So
We're toads.
we're toads. Look at them bounce.
I love you so much.
And now we're not toads.
But I want to... Can we be toads again?
I don't know. It depends if Gilgamesh turns us into toads again.
Please turn us into toads again.
Gilgamesh, please.
My notes for this one say this is even slowester run. So we're continuing our casual playthrough. And I think being toads would be really good at not dealing damage to the boss in a quick and meaningful manner. Yeah?
Indeed. Though we are not in boss fight yet. And there's a good chance that we may not see boss.
I mean, that would be a good way to not beat the boss in a quick and timely manner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am hearing some of the musical themes, I think. Either that or I've just listened to so much more Final Fantasy music today than I do on a daily basis that's the only thing that's left in my brain, and all music is now inspired by Final Fantasy, but we all knew that was true already. I think Alice can confirm that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Every single piece of music ever written has been inspired by Final Fantasy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job at not seeing the boss, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, my favorite song that was inspired by Final Fantasy was Moonlight Sonata. You know, the one Beethoven wrote.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, it's very incredible.
I now have to question things.
What?
Beethoven's over 100 years before Final Fantasy.
Listen, if speedrunning has taught me anything, it's that time travel is definitely real. Oh, hey, look, we're in a walking song.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So as you can see how there's the moving path with all the dots. So you use the analog stick to move up and down to keep it going.
Ouch.
Oh, yes, toads.
Also, my notes say we're not allowed to collect any treasure at all.
Yeah.
Well, again, RNG, so we have to hope that we don't kill this guy.
Yeah, that sounds much harder
Would be-
than collecting less than 4 treasure, because 4 is a lot of treasure, and 1 is a very much less amount of treasure. So I move that we should spend as much of the song as possible as toads, so we don't kill this.
That honestly
magical
just feels like good life
But it
advice.
Yes.
But it depends if it will turn us into a toad, which is also RNG and may only be a one-time thing as well, because I'm not exactly sure how toad
That
works.
is true.
I can also
But-
confirm that is RNG because I've yet to be turned into a toad at this point in my life, and that's just disappointing.
Yeah.
We didn't kill him. We win.
Yay! Toad strats! Okay, so now is when my notes start to get serious. You can tell that because I wrote only specific words in all caps and didn't just completely capitalize the entire sentence. So we do want to use a healing item. We fail the quest by using a healing item. So it's time for items.
Yes.
We still have the egg from
It's
earlier,
like-
right?
Egg does not
Oh.
heal. It increases how much XP we get, unfortunately.
So we can use the egg a couple of levels from now when it's just any item, but...
Mm-hmm.
What?
Also, we're toads again.
Toads! I was really looking forward to eating an egg in these trying times.
May I offer you an egg in these trying
please.
times?
This has been the Theatrhythm experience I really needed in my day.
So, Chad, I have a question for you, even though I can't see you. What is your favorite Final Fantasy?
I think you were gonna ask what their favorite egg was.
But we can relay messages to Abby from chat. So if you would like to talk about your favorite Final Fantasy game, we can relay that. But you can also tell us what's your favorite egg. I don't know what my favorite egg is.
Deviled.
Oh, deviled eggs are good.
Yeah.
We got Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 13. These are numbers.
Yes.
Abby and Alice, you have to tell me if these are very, very good takes.
Okay.
Because I don't know this. I need to know from gameplay-wise and lore-wise how good these takes are. Right?
Lore-wise, all of them are equally good because they all take place in different levels of the dream, right? Like they're kind of like a Final Fantasy within a Final Fantasy within a Final Fantasy. Yeah, you know, Inception also copied Final Fantasy. It's just like that, yeah. So technically they're all the exact game, which is how they remain the final one, right? Is they're all the exact same game, just like one within the other within the other.
It also seems that our current level is in a stage show, which really I think says a lot to the metaphor of is this reality? You know?
Right.
We're really playing with the levels of storytelling here. We also have some love for...
Also, we've been poisoned
oh, no,
again.
That's rude.
Indeed. I don't know which one poisoned me, but one of them did.
I'm gonna hope it's not the dragon. I like the dragon and all his silly faces.
I don't know if that's a dragon or a hydra.
It could be both.
I think it's a Hydreigon.
We also have some love in chat for
Okay, fair point.
Final Fantasy IX.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Devil Knights were inspired by Final Fantasy. Very good point.
Oh, interesting. So your favorite egg might also be from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
most, if not all, eggs are from Final Fantasy, but
Interesting. I'm really learning today how much Final Fantasy has left an impact on our society and our community as a whole.
oh yeah,
Um,
no. I would venture to say that our society wouldn't be close to what it is today without Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's not just the video game industry that was inspired by Final Fantasy. And everybody now has been educated alongside me, along with adorable chibis.
Yeah.
So I know that I've been educated during this run. That I would be curious to know, Rue, how your experience is. If that, like, I may not have seen any of Final Fantasy before Theatrhythm, but you didn't get to see all of the practice runs that went into this. So, what are your thoughts on Theatrhythm and eggs? Did we lose Rue?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
I also forgot how long this song was.
have we killed less than
87
7
only.
things still? Because that's all it says we have to do.
I believe so, yes. I think we've only killed 2.
Excellent.
I think. Plus we're fighting a boss right now. So,
So we're not gonna beat the boss.
I mean, potentially.
We could beat a boss. Have we beat one yet this entire run?
I don't think so.
This could be a first. It may be a long song, but it's honestly kind of, I'm here for it. I'm super here for it. I'll be real.
These are all the Theatrhythm remixes. That's why it's the Theatrhythm series of of songs. Because this is the third Theatrhythm game. Because there was the DS or the 3DS game, then there was the arcade game, and then there's this one. And this one has the most songs. And it's been like, I think, 8 years between the arcade and this game. And then the 3DS game came out in like 2011, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
I didn't realize just how much rich history even just Theatrhythm has, even outside of the rich history of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh.
There's also, like, I think the Dragon Quest rhythm game is called Theatrhythm Dragon Quest. I think. Dragon Quest is the other major RPG from Square Enix. It's Enix's major RPG, right? So Final Fantasies came from Squaresoft. Dragon Quest came from Enix. Also, Dragon Quest was treated like a national holiday because literally cities would shut down when those games came out, which is why in Japan, games released on Saturday because they didn't want businesses and the entire country to halt over Dragon Quest.
We did not beat the boss, to my knowledge, so we're still good on having never beaten a boss. But now
Very
we
nice,
do
very
need to
nice.
use an item.
Which is why I am using
Egg.
Abby, can I offer you an egg in these trying times?
Yes.
The egg exchange. What kind of egg is it?
It was a silver egg.
Oh,
Ooh. I don't usually
Because
recommend
we get silver
eating
eggs
silver.
and golden.
well, I think a silver egg was one of the Chow eggs in Sonic Adventure DX.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so do we think that Sonic Adventure DX was inspired by Final Fantasy?
Oh, we know. Fine. Yeah, no, we know Sonic was actually inspired by Final Fantasy, like the entire series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting take, considering Final Fantasy never showed up on a Sega console.
Well, the Sega console was just inspired the entirety of the Sega Genesis was inspired by Final Fantasy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's how that works.
But then why did Final Fantasy never show up on the Genesis, the Saturn, or the Dreamcast, or the Game Gear?
So Sega was very inspired by Final Fantasy, but that doesn't mean that Final Fantasy was very inspired by Sonic. So it maybe Final Fantasy was thought that they were above the consoles that were inspired by their art.
Yeah, you can't partake in everything that's copied here. Everything has copied Final Fantasy, right? They can't reflect that reasonably in their lore. That's just, that's too much lore.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Exactly. No, Pippy has clearly learned so much from the lore master throughout this run. I'm very proud.
I'm glad that I've learned how Final Fantasy works today. I will take that forward with me for my future video game playing.
Fun fact, did you know that Final Fantasy VII at the time of its release was the most expensive game ever made?
Oh, wow.
At $30 million. Huh. It was the same price as Princess Mononoke.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, wow. That is...
But
okay.
Welcome back, Rue.
Thank you. I'm back. I was never gone. I was here all along listening.
Oh, because Pippy asked you a question
we thought you had
and you got no response.
Oh, I was silent. I was lurking. What was the question?
Our question was, what was your thoughts and feelings as we approach the end of Theatrhythm?
Oh,
because we only have a couple of songs left.
So I was thinking that Theatrhythm Final Bar is the Final Fantasy to all Final Fantasies. In other words,
so this is the actual final one.
This is the final one. And not only is it the final one, it's the correct lore.
Yeah.
It's fun you say that it's the final Final Fantasy when Final Fantasy 16 came out after
No,
it.
it's okay. No, this is
still getting
one.
DLC updates, right?
Yes.
Or is Final Fantasy 16 also still getting DLC updates? I really don't know.
I don't know if 16's getting DLC. I just know it came out in June and this came out in February.
Yes. I think that the true Final Fantasy might be Final Fantasy 14. Maybe. Because it gets updates all the time.
Is that the one that's an MMO?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. 11 and 14 are the MMOs.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think 14's the one that is I think more popular, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, 11 is over 20 years old at this point. I'm surprised they're still keeping it going.
Really? When 11 is over 20 years old and we're only now on 16, you said that we're toads. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Yes.
But that really is an interesting production speed, honestly. I'm impressed with how relevant Final Fantasy remains, legitimately, despite the fact that they really slowed down development at some point, did they? Or have they just been around for that long? I have no idea.
Well, Final Fantasy 1 was 1986.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 2 was 87. 3 was 88. 4 was 90.
That's quite a clip.
5 was 92. 6 was 94. 7 was 97. 8 was 99. Whoops, not what I wanted. Turn that off. There we go.
We would like to not kill 5 things.
Yeah.
Yes. 9 was 2000. 10 was 2001. 11 was question mark. 12 was 2006. 13 was 2010 and or 2009. Though I think it was 2010. Maybe it was 2009 in Japan. And then 14 came out, was a massive failure, and they had to redo it. And then 15 was 2015, and 16 was this year.
Wow.
And then there's a bunch of side projects because there's 3 Final Fantasy 13s. There's 2 Final Fantasy 17s plus 7 got a movie. And then they remade 7. And there's 2 Final Fantasy 10s. And yeah.
So Final Fantasy's been keeping busy, is what I've gathered.
Yes.
I'm honestly just impressed that you knew the release date for all of those.
Me too. I was about to say, I couldn't even keep track with most of those.
Yeah,
I was impressed.
People that can ask me the release date for games I actually do run, and I might be confused.
I can give you all the Zelda release dates too if you want.
See, now, that also interests me. But that might only interest me. That's not about Final Fantasy. Need to keep my Zelda addiction under control.
Technically, Zelda has everything to do with Final Fantasy.
Yes.
True.
That is true. I actually kind of am curious myself. I love the Final Fantasy universe. I love the Zelda universe. I love a lot of series. There's a lot of great games out there. So what is the year? Now I'm just curious. Now I just want to hear the years.
Okay, so Zelda was 86.
Yes.
Zelda 2 was 87. Link to the Past was 91. For the North American release, 90 for the Japanese release. And then it was OOT in 1998. Majora's Mask in 2000. Sorry, I just needed to pay attention there for a second.
Pay attention to the speed run. You've got this.
That moment when you realize we're still in a speed run.
Yeah.
Pay attention for a second.
And then it was Wind Waker in 2002. And then it was Twilight Princess in 2006. Then it was Skyward Sword in 2011.
I knew that one.
And then it was... Wind Waker HD in 2012. 2013, because it came out a month before the PlayStation 5 did, or PlayStation 4, sorry. And then it was Wind Waker HD in the following year, I believe, so that would have been 2014. And then it was Breath of the Wild in 2017. And then it was Skyward Sword HD in 2021. And then but before that, it was Link's Awakening in 2019. I also forgot about Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons in 96, I believe. Maybe it was 97. Also, there was the original Link's Awakening in 93, which was actually supposed to be a GB version, sorry, of Link to the Past, but the GB couldn't handle Link to the Past. Also, there was Four Swords Adventure in 2004, and then there was Tears of the Kingdom in 2023.
Wow, I didn't know that one.
Right?
Smile.
Wait, 2023?
2023.
Yeah.
Was it 2023? No, I'm just kidding. It was 2023.
Somebody did ask at some point, what new releases have you played this year? And I was like, I don't think I've played any new releases this year. I can't think of any games that I bought that came out this year. And someone was like, Pippi, Tears of the Kingdom. And I was like, oh, you are correct.
Yeah.
That is when that came out.
Yeah. True.
I did play a lot of Tears of the Kingdom.
Totally fair.
But yes, chat is truly impressed, Abby, by your year release date skills mid speed run.
Oh, right. And then there was Triforce Heroes in 20... Oh, wait. And then there was Phantom Hourglass in 2007. And then I believe Spirit Tracks with 2009. And also Triforce Heroes was 2017. Or am I thinking of Link Between Worlds? I could be thinking of Link Between Worlds for 2017. One of them came out in 2017, the other one might have been 2015.
I believe you regardless.
I would love to have like all the timeline in front of me.
And also
just have a cheat sheet.
Hyrule Warriors in 2014 and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity in 2020.
We're toads. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the speed run. Also, I just noticed you're like fighting Metroid or something.
That's actually the final boss of Final Fantasy IV, and I don't... Is that supposed to be... Who is that supposed to be next to boss of... Because that's not Cloud of Darkness, and that's not Seymour. And that's not the Extreme, because she doesn't exist in this game because it's a little graphic.
I just have the question though. Does this mean that Metroid was inspired by Final Fantasy?
It was, yeah.
I should have seen that coming.
The movie Alien was inspiration for Metroid.
Oh, so the movie Alien was inspired by Final Fantasy.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Except for Alien came out in 1979, and so that was 7 years before Final Fantasy.
Time travel.
Right.
It's fine. We got time travel. We are on the home stretch, though. I do want to point out that we have been joking and talking about lore quite a bit, and trying to distract Abby as much as possible. But we are in our final, I believe this is our third to last song.
Oh.
We only have two more. Is that correct, Abby?
I believe so, because it's 53,
yeah, it's 53.
Right?
Unless I missed one.
Yeah, and we passed the super hard song. Yes, though, that 400, I think it's 434, I believe.
So 434 songs, or 434 songs out of 53. Wow. So we're like, there's still a lot more to the game. That's actually really cool, though. I like that they have a rhythm game that's like has all of the Final Fantasy universes in it.
We were poisoned, apparently. Oh no.
I'm just don't mind me looking up what percentage is any percent. It turns out that any percent is 12.212 approximately percent of the entire game. If anyone was wondering.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I'm currently being mystified by the giant sword sticking through the bottom of the floor with the face on it and the clockwork on its back with someone else riding him like a piggyback.
It does sound quite mystifying.
It does.
When you put it that way. My notes for this one just say, don't go over 9,000 times 900 points.
Yeah, I love that this is, 9,000? But 900 points?
900,000.
900,000?
I'll be real, I saw the number on screen, went, that's a lot of zeros, and then Abby told me it was 900,000, and I went, if I write 900,000 with the correct amount of zeros in my notes, when I go back to read it, it's going to take me a minute to figure out how much that is, so I turned it into a math problem.
Yeah, I love it.
But Pippi, you say that speedrunners don't know math, so clearly that was a lie.
I just don't know how to count.
We only can count to a few zeros, so we can only count to 10 zeros.
I can't really count.
zeros?
Counting is very hard.
I can only count to Morbius.
Is Morbius less than 10?
I just know that all I can think of is it's morphin time.
Also, if anybody needs some Resident Evil dates, I can provide as well. Yes. But that's if people want it. I won't divulge unless people want. Also, we are tiny.
We're tiny and we're fighting. Is that Groudon? It's a Pokemon, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's adorable.
I mean, it's Ruby
I love the
weapon, but
tiny-
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
tiny, cute
It's the
little tinies.
Pokemon from Ruby,
Wait,
right?
There's the-
is that
is that the
what
twin?
Groudon was from?
is that the
I think
twin? Is
I
that-
don't.
Is that the identical twin?
Oh, we had the fraternal twins earlier, so now we have the identical.
This is the identical twin.
Okay.
No, we are
although
being
in-
asked. Oh, sorry.
In a
Continue.
soap opera plot twist, the identical twin is actually just the same person with different clothes on.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm convinced. So this Final Fantasy is a soap opera.
Yeah,
Abby, you
all
have had
soap
word
operas
from
were actually inspired by.
Yes.
you have had word from chat that they would like the Resident Evil dates if you have them off the top of your head, as you do the.
Okay, so Resident Evil 1 was 2006. Resident Evil 2 was originally supposed to be 1997, but they scrapped the entire project and restarted from scratch. There is actually reference to it in remake of 2, which was 2019. But Resident Evil 2 was 1998. And then there was Resident Evil 3, which wasn't supposed to be Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, in 1999. Then there was Code Veronica, the original Resident Evil 3. But Sony was like, no, you promised us 3 mainline games. Which also takes place in 1998. The first 4 games in the franchise take place in 1998. And then there was Resident Evil 4 in 1990 or in 2005, but it was originally going to come out in 2001. But then that's how we got Devil May Cry, because Shinji Mikami was like, "Wait a minute, this is way too different from Resident Evil. Let's make it its own franchise." And then Resident Evil 5 was 2009, but there was also Resident Evil Gaiden on the GBC in 2001, I believe. And there was also Resident Evil Resident Evil Survivor, or as it's known in Japan as Gun Survivor, which was 2000. And then there was Gun Survivor 2, which never came out in North America, in 2001. It's a really bad retelling of Code Veronica. Then there was Dead Aim in 2003. Then there was Resident Evil 5 in 2009. Then there was Resident Evil Revelations in 2012. And then there was Resident Evil 6 in 2013. Then there was Resident Evil Revelations 2 in 2015. Then Resident Evil 7 in 2017. Resident Evil 8 in 2020. And then there was Resident Evil 2 Remake, as I mentioned, in 2019. And then there was Resident Evil 3 Remake in 2020, which means I lied, and Resident Evil 8 was 2021. I should know that because that's the first game I speedran. And then there was Resident Evil 4 Remake this year. Oh, and then there was also the Mercenaries 3D on the 3DS, and then there was also Resident Evil DS, or Deadly Silence, in 2006. And, yeah.
Speaking of RE4 Remake, guess who finally got it? So I'll be able to talk to you about it.
Is it Alice at Wonderland
Yeah,
Games?
how'd you know?
I follow that person on Twitch.
Whoa.
I follow that person also on Twitch.
Y'all should follow that person on Twitch.
Yeah, they're an amazing Sly Cooper runner.
Agree.
I mean,
This is also a true
I
fact.
won't plug my own stuff, so I'm glad y'all do it for me.
Listen, this is a supportive
Well,
team.
It really is.
But
Well, too bad because Alice, promote thyself.
So did y'all know that I'm actually inspired by Final Fantasy?
whoa, an entire
Yeah.
human is inspired by Final Fantasy?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was
I wanna hear
inspired
more.
entirely by I was inspired entirely by Final Fantasy. Yeah, just all of my actions and thoughts are basically they're plugged into an algorithm that determines what someone would be like in a Final Fantasy world. Not one of the main characters, right? I am inspired by an algorithm that's one of the NPCs that's like in the corner of a shop somewhere. But that being said, all of my thoughts are run through an algorithm that person would like determine what to say, and that's what I say. That's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would like to call attention real quick to this is the final song, and my notes say that you to win the game should not win.
Okay.
This
Is
makes
that
a ton
correct?
of sense.
Yes.
This is accurate.
It goes with the theme of how to speedrun Final Fantasy Theatrhythm Final Bar Line, which is to not succeed at any of the quests. But
I'm
Okay.
honestly really glad it sticks with the theme, because if you
Yeah.
like needed to actually play the final song well, it would feel counterintuitive at this point.
yeah, if you for some reason it was like the quest for the final song is do not get a full clear, so you had to full combo the final song, and like you get really in the rhythm of kind of breaking your combos and making sure you don't score too high, and then all of a sudden you need to really knuckle down and get everything perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Pippi. Promote
Oh
yourself.
God, can't that go after the run? Shh, you don't need to promote me.
No.
You don't need to promote me.
I would like
Hi.
to hear more about you, Pippi.
I don't.
Also, that is time.
GG's!
GG's. Big GG's. Woo! Oh, that's awesome.
Claps
I was
for
gonna
Theatrhythm Final Bar Line.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, well, we'll get back to the plug for Pippi in just one moment, but Abby, GG's, do you
Yes.
want to say any plugs
you.
for yourself?
I was gonna go last, but
I
okay.
mean, Pippi can go ahead of you too. I'm
Oh,
clearing
no.
your way.
Hi, I'm Pippi. I often wear top hats on the internet. And I also play Zelda a lot. I play Zelda a lot, and I keep forgetting what Zelda game I speedrun, which is why we spend so much time on the title screen so that I don't forget. I think it's Skyward Sword. I think.
Right.
And Skyward Sword was, of course, inspired by Final Fantasy. So I really am derivative. I am derivative as a IP. Am I an IP? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's me.
Yeah, well, that's fair. You either run the source material or you run something derivative. I run derivatives too.
Yeah.
Should I be serious and promote myself for a second, or go ahead and let that be? Yeah, alright.
Yes, promote yourself.
And you can talk about what's coming up, your events coming up too.
Oh, that is true. Hi, I'm Alice. You can find me at Aliceatwonderlandgames. I am a PS2 platformer specializer, so I run like Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, like that era of games-ish. I've touched Ratchet & Clank a little bit, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I also really like horror games. And that being said, I'm going to be coming up on Fright Fatales. I'm running Witch's House for Fright Fatales on October 28th. So you'll see me back on the channel actually running and not commentating. But yeah, other than messing around the entire time, that was me being serious for 30 seconds, and now you can have Abby.
Let's go, Abby. Let's go, Abby.
Okay.
Go, go, go. And talk
Okay.
about events you're going to come
Okay.
up to.
Okay. Hi, I have been Abby. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Abby's Corner. You would have also seen me on Do All the Things earlier. Yeah, I also run a podcast called Speedrunners and Coffee. Everyone that you've been hearing for the last 2.5 hours has actually been on the show. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, most places where you can listen to a podcast. Again, that's Speedrunners and Coffee. Episodes are usually every Saturday. Also, you can see me next weekend at 2 different events. You'll also see Alice next weekend running Sly Cooper Coindo race with Stevens at Midwest Speedfest. I will be running Illbleed. I will also be running Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Illbleed, and Resident Evil 4 Remake for Time Tick next weekend on the 14th and the 15th as well. Yeah, this has been Theatrhythm Final Barline. I speedrun a lot of horror games and whatnot. And yeah, you have witnessed Theatrhythm. And again, thank you, Alice and Pippy, for joining me. And thanks, Rue, for having us.
Of course. Well, it was
Yeah.
wonderful to have you all on. Thank you for all of having such a great time and being patient with me. I appreciate every single one of you. That is going to be what we will have for Legally Cute right now. We do have one more game to showcase, so stay tuned. We will be taking a quick break, but we will be back with more Legally Cute. Stay tuned.